Yay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great Team Tuesday. And today is a very special day for us. Right, Krista?
It is a special day.
Yeah, because we have the one and only TBuzz. And
Yes.
we may tell a story or two, but she's probably one of the most commented on instructors in our consumer feedback that we get. So in a positive way, TBuzz. Yeah.
Oh, well,
They're
thank
like,
you.
oh, TBuzz was so good.
Karen had to say that. Like she felt like she would be nice and say that it was all positive.
It was
I'm just
awesome.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you.
So TBuzz, welcome to Team Tuesday. We do these so that we can introduce you to all of the people that follow us, because I know the people at the trailer have not forgotten you, but there's a lot of people that haven't made it to the trailer yet that need to get to know what it's like to be TBuzz. So we're gonna start, get right in there. Are you doing well today?
I'm doing fantastically. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
We're fantastico.
It's
So
Friday.
oh, it's Tuesday, TBuzz.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, it is
You meant
Tuesday.
Tuesday, everybody. We're not filming this early.
It's really Tuesday.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
So TBuzz, what got you started in your shooting journal? TBuzz is an instructor, firearms instructor for us, by the way.
Yeah, your
Well-
shooting journey. Yeah, which got you started?
I'm probably more unconventionally starting in the firearms industry because I had never shot a firearm before I moved to Georgia. My dad was in law enforcement. There was a firearm in the home. We were not supposed to touch it except to move it from point A to point B, which was supposed to be to the safe space, which wasn't very safe. And I moved to Georgia and just learned through taking the Citizens Police Academy that everybody that I met was a firearms holder or carried. And I thought, where have we moved? My husband's job had relocated us here. And I was like, what is this place? And what is this gun culture? And I came home from the Citizens Police Academy and told my husband, I said, everybody here is packing. I need a firearm. And he goes, okay. And I knew nothing about buying a firearm. I really didn't know all of the intricacies and I had no lessons or anything. I just knew that I was outnumbered and I needed a firearm. And so I began to research, what do you look for when you're choosing a firearm, which is not how I really do it now as an instructor. That's not how I teach it. But I started looking on YouTube's and determined that I needed, the one thing that I knew is that I wanted a semi-automatic because I viewed revolvers as cop guns. And so I knew I wanted a semi-automatic and I knew I needed to be able to rack it. That's all I knew at that point. And so I went to the gun show and started just racking slides, looking at a firearm and just racking slides. It was a huge gun show. My husband took me and I just began to go around to all of the tables and racking slides until I got to about the last table, found one that I could rack easily. It felt great in my hand. It had a hoe grip, so I know now what that is. And I was like, this is the gun. This is the firearm. I told my husband and we bought it. And he said, you probably need ammo. I was like, probably. And I didn't know what that looked like. And he said, you probably need hollow point and FMJ. And so we bought that. And I walked out of the gun show with a firearm and ammunition. And I thought, this is fearful. I'm very fearful, but it's very freeing. It was very odd to be able to do that coming from DC. So that's how I kind of got started. And once I got it, I said, well, I guess I need to take classes. And so I began looking for classes to take and found through the 6 degrees of Krista, found the Well-Armed Woman then. Now it's Armed Women of America. And it was like-minded women who would get together and shoot firearms and learn about how to safely handle firearms. And so I traveled. I didn't know where I was. I traveled 40 miles to these meetings because I wanted to know how to be a safe firearms owner.
Yeah,
And so I did that, and that kind of got me
Chris
started.
is holding her tongue. I'm sorry.
I'm enjoying this. Go ahead. Keep talking.
She
That got me
wants to
started.
go, yay, I got another one, because we have this little thing about who brought what instructors in. And so, no offense, TBuzz, but I'm watching her sit there as 6 degrees of Krista. As soon as you said that, Krista was like, that's me.
Yeah. I went to every meeting and started learning how to use it, and began to become more proficient, but then started going to the range on my own and training myself, and would get to the range and women would come up to me and start saying, how do you shoot like that? Can you show me what to do? And I said, hey, there may be a market for this, because I would go on free Tuesdays for ladies and I would help the ladies there. And then I decided to start my own firearms business because of that.
Wow. What a journey from never thinking about owning a gun, even though you had them in the house, to moving to Georgia and feeling like, oh my gosh, this is a place where everybody's carrying a firearm, to now you are not only have a business, you have a very successful business that is doing a lot of good for all the ladies in your community and even ladies outside of your community. So your local community. So it's incredible. So what's it like for you to be a member of the SLG2 team and take all that passion that you have and apply it at the trailer?
It was not on my docket originally, right? I found out about it through seeing it. Well, Krista had joined at that point as, I think, chief of staff. And so I knew about it, but I wasn't like, oh, I didn't understand the impact that Shoot Like a Girl was or is. And so I started looking more closely into what they do, what you all do, or what we do. And eventually I got an invitation to come and try on, which is your interview process, and got there and realized this is one of the most phenomenal organizations that brings not only women, but they're nice men too, that come to the trailer, and you get to really meet people where they are and kind of get them over some hurdles or some preconceived notions about firearms, and help them on that journey to experiencing what we experience every day. And seeing what that impact is, it's such impactful work, seeing what the impact is and knowing that you had a hand in that. And what we get as instructors back from that is just as impactful, because we learn so much. Every trip and every event is so different, yet it's the same. But we learn so much from the guests that come on our trailers, and they come from all walks of life, and they bring so many different experiences. It is just a phenomenal time.
Right. It is pretty incredible. If y'all haven't been to the trailer, you should Absolutely. Definitely come to the trailer sometime. Mm-hmm. So I guess then, do you have a favorite story from the trailer?
Oh my goodness, I have a lot of stories. The one that stands out right now for me, and it's one that I'll probably never forget, was a lady had visited, I don't remember what state, I don't want to put that out there, but a lady had visited the trailer. She was outside kind of, milling around, and eventually it was her time to come on the trailer. I was on handgun. And so she came in and shot the bow. She was fine, got over to the handguns, and I'm walking her through the firearm safety rules like we do, and just meeting her and welcoming her. And all of a sudden I see tears coming down. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's happening? And thankfully there weren't a lot of people on the trail. It was just the instructors on the trailer at the time. And so I had asked, which we do sometimes, that nobody else come in, because she had shared with me that her father had committed suicide with a handgun when she was 14 in front of her. And she's bawling. And I said, so why are you here? What's your why? And she says, I want to face my fear. This has held me captive ever since then. And I think she was like almost 40. And she says, I have this visceral reaction to firearms, but I wanted to face my fear today. And I said, Well, let me just say this. First of all, this is a safe space. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. If you want to do this, we will do it. If you don't want to do it, there's no requirement for you to follow through with doing it. But if you want to face your fear, we'll do it together. And she says, yes, I want to do it. So I gave her some Kleenex. We cleaned up. I'm tearing. She's tearing. I put my hand on her back and her heart is jumping out of her back. And I was like, you're going to be fine. What I want you to do, just listen to what I'm saying and I want you to press that trigger. Now, we walked her through all the fundamentals. I want you to press the trigger one time and lay the firearm down. And she did that. And she starts crying again. And I was like, do you want to do it again? And she said, yes. She did it again. I said, you want to do it again? She said, yes. She did it 5 times. And when she finished, she was just elated, just mixed emotions, elated, crying, happy, and was just thrilled that she had met her fear there and left it there. She was very just ecstatic about it. And so then the next question was, do you want to shoot the rifle? That's an option next to me. And the beauty of the trailer and the team is that we're really tapped into everybody. We can hear what's going on. And I can't remember who was on rifle, but they heard me having this conversation with her because we didn't let anybody else come in on the trailer. And they shepherded her right over to the rifle and talked to her with that caring spirit that she needed. And she shot a target like that. And she was thrilled and she hugged us and we high-fived and we celebrated her and she was so happy. So that really stands out to me.
All right. It's this has got to stop happening because like it's amazing the impact that
Karen, now the team is going to be like, okay, who's going to tell the story that's just going to create the tears of Karen and Krista?
Like, I'm like, don't cry.
It was phenomenal.
That is incredible because it's an example. You never know what someone's circumstances coming in there and what they're facing. And that's the beauty about our team and you, is that you're able to meet these ladies and give them that extra encouragement and that introduction so that they can overcome those fears and then maybe take the next steps on their firearm journey. So, wow, kudos and thanks for sharing that.
It was great.
So when you're not traveling with us, what do you do in your free time? Like what's your life like?
Well, I do own my own firearms instruction business. And so I'm teaching on the range whenever I'm not traveling. And I enjoy networking in my community and working with our local government with, boards and committees there. I do bird watch. I love my birds and I like my gardening. And what we're doing now, I have a partner and we have started a branch of our businesses where it's called Safe Confidence Academy. And we are helping people to see more, think faster, and respond better through helping them develop a personal safety plan based on their lifestyle. And so that takes a lot of time. We're working on that. We're getting ready to launch something really big. And so that's taking up some time and we're very excited about it. And so, so I'm pretty busy.
Good. Where can people follow Safe Confidence Academy?
On all social media, we're safeconfidenceacademy.com on Instagram and on Facebook. Yeah,
y'all check it out because everybody needs a personal safety plan, right? Like it's just something. But don't check it out so much that TBuzz doesn't have time to come work with us. I'm just saying, but enough that she's busy. Yeah. Sorry, I got it. And like, oh my gosh, like we didn't have TBuzz on the trailer.
So we didn't talk about that, right? So T's also on our safety council.
Yes, right.
So along with her instructor category role with the team, traveling with the trailer, she's been in that foundation piece of the development of the Safe Living brand. And one of the safety council members, you all may have seen her on social because she and along with another council member are in a lot of our safety tips. And not only are they in them, they often are the ones that are creating them.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal opportunity. The safe living has been a very enlightening opportunity through Shoot Like a Girl, because you're able to work outside. You're not just concentrating. Although we do talk about firearm safety, and that is the crux of what we do, we're also expanding to all areas of safety. So no matter if it's family safety, anything that's related to things that you do in your everyday that can be safe, that have some safety issues with them. We're talking about those. We're writing articles, and we have safety. And then it's a repository of information that you can go to and read the articles and hear the safety tips, with the hopes that it's going to help you when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just kidding, y'all. You blow her phone up and get her as busy as you can. Because I don't know about you. I tell a quick story. Like I used to work for the military, and when you're a civilian, you're the continuity. And I was a civilian, not a soldier. You're the continuity. But when you have an opportunity for promotion, it leaves a hole because you've been the continuity. And so a lot of my past bosses have been like, oh man, I hate it that you're leaving. And they weren't celebrating. And so I've made a vow to myself that no matter what in life, we celebrate people getting an achievement, whatever it does to your own self. Like, you have to celebrate. So I'm excited to see what the big news is. Like, that's going to be exciting to hear. So stay tuned, everybody.
Yes.
So Krista, I need some help because we haven't thought of a challenge yet. And I need to think of a challenge, not for you, TBuzz, but for our followers. See, the thing is, I have one. Actually, because you mentioned about community involvement, and I know your journey actually started with community involvement because you went to the Citizens Police Academy. And now you say that you're on boards and things. So we'd like to know from our followers, what do you participate in your communities to help make them better? That would be exciting to know. Because we're trying to build communication here. Like, social media is supposed to be two ways, and we want to learn about our followers as much as we want them to learn about you. And I have to tell you, you're great. You guys, if you haven't met TBuzz in person, make sure you look for our schedule, and she might just be there at a show that you're at. We're just happy to have you on the team. Krista?
Yeah, we'll throw our schedule we'll link the current schedule in the comments. And the cool part about that is, as the schedule changes, that link will stay fine. So in 2027, if you just happen to scroll across this, you'll be able to see the updated version there as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to think about 2027. Yay!
Yes, it is.
Yay! Thank God we're all alive, and we're all moving towards 27. It's a great time to be a person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. TBuzz, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you. You are a value.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel very fortunate to be here. Thanks so much.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Bye.